We begin CBS 2 News at 11 with breaking news. The LAPD is searching for a killer after a deadly carjacking in the West San Fernando Valley. It happened in Woodland Hills.
CBS 2's Rachel Kim is live for us with the latest on this breaking story. Rachel.
Jeff and Pat, Royer Avenue behind me is taped off. You can see it is a quiet, dark residential street. The victim's body is still here, and the LAPD has set up a command post. Here's what we know so far. The LAPD says an unidentified man was shot with a handgun multiple times and died here at Royer and Leonara around 8 p.m. tonight. Investigators tell us this was indeed a carjacking. The suspect drove away in the victim's car, which police describe as a newer Dodge Challenger with a convertible top, dark in color. We learned from the LAPD that they found the car abandoned nearby at Stonegate Drive and Overland Drive in West Hills. They also now have a description of the carjacker. He's described as a Middle Eastern man, 5'10", last seen getting into a gray Mercedes with a hardtop that left eastbound on Stonegate. The suspect was wearing a black jacket, dark pants that may be jeans. So right now, police are actively looking for that suspect in a gray Mercedes. Right now, back live here at the scene, homicide detectives are here. The coroner has not arrived yet, and the victim has yet to be identified. Reporting live tonight in Woodland Hills, Rachel Kim, CBS 2 News.
Also breaking news, a fiery flare-up tonight at the site of that plane crash in Agora Hills. The pilot made an emergency landing on the 101. That caused a massive traffic jam.
Then that pilot took off from Van Nuys Airport and developed engine trouble.
Amazingly, he escaped only minor injuries when that vintage plane went down and then burst into flames. The crash happened in the northbound 101 near Liberty Canyon Road. And
CBS 2's Lori Perez is live in Agora Hills, where the freeway just reopened. Lori.
That's right, Pat and Jeff. What a difference an hour makes. Take a look at the traffic moving smoothly behind me now. About 20 minutes ago, the scene here cleared and the freeway reopened after 8+ hours of drivers maneuvering around a plane right smack dab in the middle of the 101. Moments after the plane burst into flames and billowing smoke on the 101, social media exploded as stunned passengers and truthfully drivers documented the unbelievably close call. So many variables adding to the drama, starting with the pilot getting out of this fiery crash without injury. Witnesses posted videos and disbelief at the remarkable landing right in the middle of the busy freeway through Agora Hills just after 2 p.m. Not only was the pilot, who investigators say was alone on the plane, unhurt, but he managed to steer the plane away from hitting any passing traffic. Then the plane itself. The FAA says it's an SNJ-5 or AT-6. It's a World War II training aircraft. No doubt it caused double takes. Van Nuys Airport confirmed it belongs to the Condor Squadron Vintage Flying Club. We're told the pilot, who's in his 40s, flies for Alaskan Air. This is a picture of the plane moments before it went down. A third-grade teacher at nearby Lupin Elementary snapped it from the playground where she was with her students when she says she first heard the plane sputtering and knew it was in trouble. So close she was worried it might crash on or near the school. She told us she reassured the children and was relieved to hear it got down without hurting anyone. Meanwhile, the mess tied up traffic on the 101 in both directions for hours. Some commuters having to exit after running out of gas as they made their slow way.
It was like insane, like worst traffic I've ever seen on the 101 going north.
No, I tried to get some gas, and then as I was driving here, I called my mom and I was like, I made a big mistake. Like, I should have just stayed home.
And lots of people in this area relieved now that the freeway has reopened. Investigators say aside from the plane, there are no reports of any damage, any property damage here on the ground. We're live in Agora Hills tonight. I'm Lori Perez, CBS 2 News.
All right, Lori. Well, more breaking news. There appears to be a winner in tonight's Mega Millions jackpot. The South Carolina lottery website says there was one ticket with all 6 matching numbers sold in that state.
And we're going to remind you, whether you want to know or not, tonight's jackpot was worth a record $1.6 billion. And right now, we're waiting to see if any other states have winning tickets.
If you have a friend in South Carolina, maybe you want to call them. The bad news is, though, there were no Mega Millions jackpot winners in California, but some tickets purchased locally matched 5 of 6.
All right, so here are the winning numbers. 5, 28, 62, 65, 70, and the mega ball was 5.
While no one in California won the whole jackpot, 8 tickets sold throughout the state matched 5 out of 6 numbers, including in Rancho Cucamonga, Chatsworth, Arcadia, and Norwalk. Again, a winning ticket was reportedly sold in South Carolina. Now at 10 tonight at Cal State Long Beach, dozens of people gather to protest two conservative speakers visiting their campus. Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk are Trump supporters currently on a campus tour across the country. A large group of Trump supporters also showed up. The Cal State Long Beach police were there in case things got out of hand, but the protest ended peacefully.
There's a new development in a mystery in the Antelope Valley. The coroner is now saying that the bones found in a hole near a burned down house in Juniper Hills belonged to 5 different people. Originally, they thought they found remains of 3 people. Detectives are still looking for 34-year-old Jesus Chuy Guzman, who lived at that home.
Breaking news, Hurricane Wilma has made landfall along Mexico's west coast. The Category 3 storm blasted ashore near the town of Isla del Bosque. The National Hurricane Center says Willa's maximum winds were around 120 miles per hour when it hit the coast. Emergency crews evacuated more than 4,200 people in several towns along the Pacific coast. Tourists staying at hotels in Mazatlan also had to go to safer locations.
And then this morning, the management thought it best to evacuate some to downtown, to their hotel downtown, and some to the convention center. So my wife and I chose the convention center.
Well, Hurricane Willa brought big waves to the popular tourist spot of Puerto Vallarta. So far, there are no reports of serious damage or injuries.
And this whole time, CBS 2's Garth Kemp has been keeping an eye on this storm. So, Garth, where is it now?
Well, it's about 10 miles just off of Durango. It's moving about 20 miles an hour right now. It's already down a tropical storm. If you were with us earlier, I said this thing would get shredded apart fairly quickly. That's because of the terrain starting to head towards the high mountains right now. So, came between the Sinaloa area and then over by about 50 miles off Mazatlan is what made the landfall there. And you can see now winds have already started to die down at around 45 miles an hour. Still, it's the rain issue with this thing, 12 to 16 inches of rain. The good news is it is picking up its forward momentum at around 20 miles an hour. Like maybe 15 minutes ago, it was moving 17 miles an hour. So it's definitely picked up speed. By tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, we'll see winds down to around 35 miles an hour. Eventually going to end up in the great state of Texas. That's where we can see 1 to 3 inches of rain there as well. We'll have our forecast coming up in just a little bit. Back to both of you.
All right, thank you, Garth. Well, the excitement was high tonight at Game 1 of the World Series in Boston, but it didn't go the Dodgers' way.
You probably noticed those are Red Sox fans. They are the ones gloating after the 8-4 victory they had over the Dodgers. But Dodgers fans who made the cross-country trip say, hey, there's still a lot of baseball to play.
That's for sure. And CBS 2 sports director Jim Hill is live at Fenway Park in Boston, where the boys in blue will be back tomorrow. Jim.
Pat, thank you very much. When you think about this year's edition of the Dodgers, we consider them like road warriors. It was just a couple of days ago they went to Milwaukee to take care of the Brewers and wrap up the National League Championship. A day later, they flew right here to Boston to take on the Red Sox. Now, the Red Sox have a very good team. They won more games than anybody in the big leagues this year. The Dodgers also feel like they're a pretty good team, too. Even though the Dodgers are down 1-0 in the best-of-7 series, they feel this series could be like a clash of the Titans.
We knew what we were getting ourselves into coming into this, but tomorrow we just got to come out, keep our head up. I think we played a great game, fell short, but, we're going to come back tomorrow.
You've done things the hard way all year long, so it looks like after just one game it's going to have to be done the same way.
Yeah, like I said, it's a great team over there. No one's going to expect them to roll over. We're a great team, so it should be a fun series.
We got great pitchers. They got great pitchers. This is going to be a fight, man. This is not going to be easy. They got the best record in all of baseball, and we have a pretty good record and a pretty good team. So, we got to keep this thing going.
David Price will be the starting pitcher for the Boston Red Sox in game number 2 of this best-of-7 series. Young Jin Ryu will be going for the Dodgers. And, of course, like we said, the Dodgers feel like they have a good team, but they don't want to come back to Los Angeles down 2-0 in the best-of-7 series because that would be really, really difficult. Reporting live from the World Series in Boston, Massachusetts, I'm Jim Hill. Pat, back to you now.
All right, thanks, Jim. Well, we're sending blue thoughts their way. The Dodgers head back to L.A. this Friday for Game 3 of the World Series, and our coverage begins early.
Suzanne Marquez and Kevin Quincott will anchor from Dodger Stadium beginning at 4:30 a.m. Game day, remember, Friday.
Now, a police pursuit leads to a nasty crash, injuring 4 people, including 3 children.
Plus, a terrifying tumble. Look at that out-of-control escalator. That sent people crashing to the floor and to the hospital.
Wait until you hear what Elon Musk plans to do with this Hawthorne home. That's coming up.
And Sky 2 over the tail end of a pursuit tonight in Orange County. What prompted the chase in the first place?
Here's a look at the guests tonight on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.